to my alien minds. To all human minds, please take the pillow soil X while the angels and the demons shut the door behind you. But for those who remain, baby, let's talk about it. Today, I'm more in tune with someone who either writes music, produces music, writes songs, have dreams of being I'm hearing songstress. I don't even know if that's a fucking word. But, hey, this is saying I'm seeing someone who writes music, produces music, plays, something that has to be performed in front of people. This could be opera, being on center stage. That's your dream. That is your mission, is to be well known. The first thing I heard was turning the blinds for light, because as I was doing this, I had to keep turning the blinds for light because I could not see. Okay? I couldn't see. And with me doing that, I could see that I feel like you are in this box. You are keeping yourself inside of this box. And you're not able to see because you constantly keep standing in this box. You don't go outside of this box. You don't go outside of the norm. You fight to stay the same. And that's not always a good thing. That's not always a good thing. You want to use that quote in your life where it needs to go at that time and in that now moment, okay? Every fucking quote somebody gave you ain't for every particular lesson in your life. You feel me? Sometimes you're going to have to get out that box. Sometimes you're going to have to change shit up for it to work in your favor. As a magician, you're going to have to know, and I was finna say as a musician, it's making me think of what that whole name, Sakana. Oh, shit. And that girl kept telling her she was a magician. She talking about, I ain't no magician. She, musician. She talking about, I'm not that. She thinking the girl saying a magician. So I feel like your what you write, it actually inspires people or will inspire people in a magical way, I'm hearing. In a magical way. Your music is magical. Your writing is magical. Betrayal puts you on center stage. I heard betrayal puts you on center stage. I feel like betrayal could be a name of a song, a title. I'm hearing title. It could be a title of something that you have already, okay? I also heard no introductions. You can't artistically be balanced. And when I said artistically be balanced, that just goes back to every quote somebody gave you don't persist to every aspect of your life. Be true to yourself. Yeah, just because you being true to yourself don't mean that it ain't times that you need to switch up shit. Just like people think being real, be real. Keep it real. And you so busy what you call keeping it real that you can't even change, that you won't even add other shit into your life because you feel like that's keeping it real. You not knowing how to transform in any type of situation or around different crowds, different types of people. You think keeping it real mean be ghetto. You feel me? Oh, I'm being myself. Well, sometimes you got to know how to motherfucking change depending on what environment you in. And that's keeping it real too. That's having respect for the culture. You feel what I'm saying? So you can't be using these motherfucking quotes and shit because I feel like you using these goddamn quotes and shit and that shit don't apply to every fucking situation in your life. Like I told my son, like I told my nieces, you're going to have to learn how to get that motherfucking Oscar. You're going to have to learn how to be Halle Berry on that shit. You're going to have to learn how to be Denzel when you acting out that shit. It's certain situations you're going to be in that you're going to have to learn how to perform. Why? Because this is the stage of life. So you're going to have to learn how to perform. Okay? And understand the motherfucking difference. Because you're in your own way. Because you're using quotes and shit that don't even apply. And saying that you're keeping it real with yourself when you're not keeping it real with yourself. Because you're not able to transform. We keep it real with ourselves when we're able to transform in any situation and be like water. Like Bruce Lee said, be like water. Water ain't fighting against shit. Water gonna flow and break you down bit by fucking bit. It's never gonna stop flowing though. It's just gonna break you down eventually. Break that rock down. That's what water does. So that's what you're being in your life and understanding what quotes, what words that don't no longer work in your life. Some of the music that you're putting out, speaks of the old you. That's what's so amazing about your music you dig into that heart space and you write these words that are beautiful. Like, you can see it be done. Like how they used to say Biggie Smalls wrote stories, and you can see the story play out in your mind. You rarely see that when motherfuckers rap these days. They rarely take you on a mind trip. You have the type of music, you have the type of writing that takes you on a mind trip. You take humans, you take alien minds on a fucking mind trip. You feel me? And it's a beautiful experience. Spirit is saying a lot of your music, if you find that your music makes you depressed when you finish, because you got to remember, you created this music when you was in that space. You feel me? So be careful that music do not take you back to that space, right? And if you understand or understand what I'm saying, be careful that music is not taking you back to the space that you was. And what HADEZ is saying, you can always change the lyric. You can always add the way you came up out of that situation onto that same old song. You get what I'm saying? Because you are the writer. You are the author. You are the creator. You can change that song. If you feel like the music is putting you in a low vibration, change the song, change it up. You know, keep what was going on, but I'm hearing change the ending. Because your music is powerful, you're actually writing the future, I'm hearing. You have the power to write the future. You're writing the future. I can't explain it no other way. No different than Tupac or Biggie or some of the greats, kind of like, you know how people be like, oh, they predicted their death. You know what I mean? Half of their albums, Life After Death. You know what I'm saying? Illuminati. You know what I'm saying? Right after they made these albums, they passed. I want to say, who is it? Marvin Gaye is coming to me now. Marvin Gaye is relating to this situation. The music can change the world. You want to look at the aspect in which the world is going in and use your music as, I'm hearing spell power. Like you have spell power in your music to change the mood of the world. But you have to make sure that you're not so restricted on yourself, because I keep seeing you inside of this box trying to see something when God is saying you need to turn the blinds. Okay, the light is outside, but I had to turn the blinds to focus the fucking light the way the direction I wanted it to go. So you're finding that direction in your life in which you want to go as it relates to your music, right? As it relates to your writing, your songs, your acting, you're finding that light and you're shifting the light, right? It's important that you shift the light. You do have a female around you that loves to stay cloaked in masculine energy, okay? This person likes to have a lot of attention for the thrill, but they really don't have shit to say, okay? This person love attention for the thrill, but they really do not have shit to say. This person could be one of them people that want to do what you doing, but just want to do it because you doing it. That type of motherfucking person. Don't have the skills, but just want to do shit because you're doing it. So it's just really going back through, you know, you feeling like a lot of people not showing up for you. You know, it's this egotistical kind of feel, you know, people ain't showing up for me. I'm putting my shit out there. And I feel like you've been putting your shit out there, but it got a little narcissistic energy in this shit. You feel me? Because you have an idea of how you want it to go. I feel like a matrix idea of how you feel like everybody should be swarming towards you. And I just put out this great shit. Ain't nobody got no great shit like this. Why ain't nobody catching on to my shit? My shit the motherfucking best. And baby, your shit is the motherfucking best. But you gotta learn what HADEZ in Heaven is teaching you. Baby, you skilled with the pen. You creating futures with the pen. I don't think you understand what you're doing with that pen. First, you got to understand that before I put you on a bigger stage. First, you got to understand what's in you before I put you in front of millions of people. I have to have you understand what you do with that pen. Okay? How you can change things in your life with that pen. You're such a skilled writer. You're such a skilled writer that comes directly from your heart chakra. You feel me? Your songs are powerful. Okay? It's a trick of the enemy. But you going to still use that motherfucking trick of the enemy to your own good. And that's what you're going to do. You're going to end up taking flights. Going to have to travel around the world so people can hear your music. This is what I'm looking at. You turn out to be the Queen of Pentacles, whether you are masculine or feminine energy. You understand the difference. You got the Queen of Pentacles out here, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. 555 is important, okay? You're in your 555 mode. You want shit to happen fucking fast. It's going to happen fast once it kicks off. But right now, you're going to have to understand the power of your pen. Change the ending to some of those songs you got. Because some of them take you back into a depressive area. It takes you back into a depressive place. And it's not a bad thing. It's just that because they're so powerful, they're so magnetic, I'm hearing, they're so magical, That's what they do. They ain't no different than the motherfucking Illuminati putting out certain goddamn sound waves, low vibrational sound waves, and having people fucking rap over that shit, and it's changing people's mood. No different than saying all my friends are dead, something, all my friends are dead. Think about how many times you repeated that shit, that nigga. I ain't even like to hear that song. When that shit came on, my stomach cringed. I had to turn it. Like, y'all listen to what you saying. All your friends are dead. You feel me? Understand the power of the pen. Understand the power of the plays that you putting out. Just like we watched Deliverance, and I called it Resurrection the other day. But we watched Deliverance. Deliverance is still one of those powerful movies that move you, to show you what's inside of you. You feel me? And it changes you. It calls you back to the movie. I know anybody who watched Deliverance, you've been called back to that movie several times just to play the shit again. That's how your music is, because it comes from your heart, okay? Stop thinking that someone is going to take your ideas, flares. Stop rushing to do shit. Because when you rush to do shit, you're never going to get the right outcome. But stop being all over the place. Don't quit before you begin, all right? I feel like you want to give up. Spirit is saying do not quit before you begin. This is self-affliction, all right? Stop bringing narcissistic characteristics to your projects, I heard. All your songs about heartbreak, yet you healed, okay? All of your songs about heartbreak, yet you have healed. And it's giving Summer Walker energy. If you pay attention to Summer Walker songs, all the motherfuckers sad. All the motherfuckers about heartbreak. You feel me? The girl could be smiling like she's never going to come up out of that experience, because she keep writing about the same experience. So therefore, every time love comes to meet her, she goes in a fucking circle, because this is what she wrote. And what you write, because we are in Heka, what you write becomes, it comes to life. She's writing her own demise. And she don't even fucking realize it, but she's so fucking smart. She wants to fucking go in circles. It's one thing to write about the things that you went through. But you need to write about how you coming out that bitch, and how I'm a conqueror, how I'm strong. You feel me? You're going to have to add that perfect ending. If not, you're going to go through that same shit you fucking wrote about. Whether that be for a book, whatever the fuck it is. And you're going to keep lapping around that same motherfucking circle. And then I wrote, collectively, your audience may not be in depressive energy. They may not be in no motherfucking depressive energy. They might have been in depressive energy, but they came out a motherfucking conqueror, because that's what we are. So make sure that your songs end in that type of thing, because your song is prophesizing your future. Change the damn lyrics and you change your destiny. Cultivate receptivity and generosity of spirit without needing to keep a score. What am I available to give right now? And what do I need to receive? Understand that shit. Another question Spirit said, where am I going against time by forcing or slow down or a speed up? Forcing a slow down or a speed up. And what is the real rhythm that's wanted? What the fuck? See, this kind of like how you over the place too. Where am I going against time? By forcing a slow down or a speed up. Stop going against time. Stop trying to speed up shit or slow it down. Flow like water. Be like the rock. And what is the real rhythm that's wanted? Understand the rhythm of your life, all right? Do not give up right now. This is not the time to give up, bitch. You fight to take flight. For real. You just had to understand, bitch, you a magical motherfucker, and you got the power of the pen. And you gonna learn how not only can I just write songs, I can change my life situation. All right, I'm about to go practice some of this shit when I get off here, actually. I'm always inspired by the stories that I hear. This shit is inspiring. When we start to know our nature, we can nourish it. And that was the last thing I heard. When we start to know what our nature is, we can nourish it. So you're going to nourish this ability, all right? Why? Because you are the living one, Madame HADEZ. I say.